This is section 1.6. Solving absolute value inequalities. Example 1, we need to get y in between the two inequalities. So we're first going to have to add 7 on both sides. And then divide by 3. And then we get 5 is less than y is less than or equal to 10. Now, we need to put it in an interval notation. Remember, you read from left to right. And there is not an equal sign with the 5, so we're going to use a parentheses 5, comma, 10 with the bracket. And there's the number line. Example 2, we're going to solve for k. And get k is less than 10, or k is greater than 4 2/3. Drawing the number line helps first before you put it in inequality interval notation. Okay, notice it is less than negative 10 or greater than or equal to 4 2/3. So we have two interval notations that we're going to do. We want to start from left to right. So do the left one first. That is negative infinity all the way to negative 10. Negative 10 has a parentheses because it is not an equal sign. Union with, and then we're going to do the right inequality. And that's a equal sign, so it's a greater than or equal to sign, so we're going to use a bracket, 4 2/3 to positive infinity. Now, with an absolute value inequality, it's very similar to the absolute value equal sign. You're going to have two cases where you have to take it out of the absolute value, put it to a positive, and put it to a negative. The key thing to remember is with the less than, it is and with the greater than symbol, it is an or. And this is a less than symbol, so we're going to use the word and. There's two different ways we could do this. We could take it out of the absolute value, put x is less than 3, and x, anytime you go to put it to the negative, we must flip the symbol, which I forgot to do. This is saying x is between negative 3 and 3. So we're going to have an open circle at negative 3, open circle at 3, and everything in between. The interval notation is from negative 3 to positive 3 with parentheses. Now here's another way we could do this. Or I'm going to show you later. Solving graph. Absolute value of x is greater than 5. That's greater than symbol is an or. So once again, we have two interval notations. The big thing to remember is a greater than symbol is or. A less than symbol is an and. Okay, this is a greater than symbol, so it's an or. First, on the left side, we took what was inside the absolute value, we take it out and put it to a positive 13. Or, the second case, we take it out of the absolute value, flip the symbol, and put it to a negative 13. And now we have two separate equations that we have to solve. Anytime you have an improper fraction, to graph it, you have to turn it into a mixed number. Now, I forgot to put this in the interval notation. I put it in, oh, let me see. Okay, I'm going to put it in interval notation now. First, I'm going to graph it. Once again, it's two separate interval notations formed with union. Example 4. This is a less than or equal to, so we're going to use an and. Once again, don't forget, when you go to put it to the negative, you flip it. Now you can set it up like that, or a faster way of setting up an absolute value for a less than symbol is take what's inside the absolute value, put it in the middle, and put less than symbols on both sides of what's inside the absolute value. Put the negative 17 on the left and the positive 17 on the right, and then solve as a combined inequality. It's a whole lot faster. Now let's graph it. And put in an interval notation. They're close circles, so we're going to use a bracket for each one. So it's negative 3/4 to positive 3. Take a moment and read the problem, and then turn the video back on. So we need to solve this absolute value. We're going to take it out of the absolute value. It's a less than sign. So I'm going to take it out of the absolute value. Put positive 225 on the left. And you always put less than signs when you have a combined inequality with and. Put a negative 225 on the left side. Subtract 600 from both sides. Okay, now we have a negative r. We have to have a positive r, so we're going to divide by a negative 1 on everything. And when we divide by a negative 1, it flips